the worst part of getting close to the Lord, getting close to God. I want to talk about this because something I'm going through, and I just want to be like, guys, warning. I have so much to get off my chest today. Oh, I always do. And I want to get into this because, like, I was thinking of this right just now. I have a perfect analogy to explain why what the worst part is, right? Is it's like when you're like spending a relationship with God, you're getting closer to Him. It's like getting in an airplane, right? And the closer you get to the Lord, it's like you're descending into the air, right? You're descending into the air. You're committed, and you're starting to fly. And then when you're in the presence of God, just like you're above the clouds, you're looking down, everything looks beautiful, everything looks gorgeous, it's peaceful, it's quiet. The storm can't even get you because you're above the clouds. And then, like, when you have to then come back down to doing three-dimensional people things, it is horrific because it's literally like the part of the plane where, like, you're, like, descending down. Oh, I have to go that way. Sorry, I'm walking an alternative route. Oh, no, that's not the way I want to go at all. I'm walking an alternative route. I need to go this way. And I just wanted to see. Sometimes, because I've lived in this town for so many years, I always like to just see if I can take myself down different routes and still get where I'm going. Route? Since when did I say route? Routes. To see if I can still get myself where I'm going without following anything, and I always can. And I was right. If I'd gone down that way, it does look beautiful down there, though. Low-key, we want to go just for the sake of, okay, we'll just go have a peek and then we'll come back. But anyway, so, you know, then it's like when you're descending from the plane, and then you're like back down on earth, and then you can like see all the people, and you can like see everything, and then you hear the engine slowly spooling down, and like you went off in this powerful engine and you were soaring above the clouds, and then now you're just hearing you've landed, you're on the ground again, right? You're on the ground again, and the engines are like turning off and spooling down, and you're taxiing to get off the plane, and then it's just that's what it feels like, you guys. The more I've been spending time with God, the more I've been like getting all up in His presence, the more it makes the rest of this stuff just unbearable. Like, it's just made the world unbearable. When I tell you guys, there's not enough words in the English language. There's not enough combinations of every letter in the alphabet to form words and sentences to describe how unbearable this world is to me these days. And I've been like wondering, like, what is it? Because it's not like I'm depressed. Because I'm actually not. I'm actually honestly quite a good time. One of the main reasons I like to spend so much time by myself is because I'm actually in good vibes all the time. Oh, I'm going to have to walk this way now. Oh, this is so cool. And I can tell they've been cutting the trees down here. Because the thing is, I can see the tree stumps. Even here, they're cutting the trees down. Alright. Let's walk up that way. Does that path have a left or right? Let's just go for it. Because whenever I see nature, I want to get involved. Yeah, they're definitely cutting the trees down. I can tell. What was I saying? Yeah, so I know where this is. Oh, we're gonna have to investigate, aren't we? That's what we do. Yeah, we're going this way. This looks so cool. I've been just like, I'm not depressed. I'm not really even sad. Like, it's so weird. Like, internally, like, I've been like internally in dread. Like, I've had that feeling of like depression on my chest and despair like attached to my chest, and like anxiety attached to my chest, and like heartbreak, and I've woken up with those things and just feeling them so deeply. But I don't feel like that. What I feel like is it's just like everything outside of me is what feels uncomfortable. That's what I've been realizing. It's like the external outside. It's like I feel in every second like I just need to take like another shower and another shower and another shower and another shower, and like, you know what I mean? And I've been wondering, you know, because I try to always look at myself first. This is something that I just recommend to light in life as a winner always, is always look at yourself first when you're like trying to assess what's going on. Like, don't immediately assume it's because of somebody else, because sometimes we are doing things to ourselves. Like, I'll give you guys one example of something that I could be doing better for myself is I've not been praying as much before I go to sleep the way I used to now, albeit it is because I'm exhausted, to be honest with you. So by the time I've made it through the day, I'm just happy I've made it. And this is again why I'm so grateful to God, because in the world, it's like, if you're like stressed and too stressed to be able to do something, it's like, oh, well, screw you. Go and pay somebody else to figure out how to do that. But God's like, don't worry, I got you. And he's definitely been. Now, do I go left here or do I walk up a bit and then go? I feel like if I keep walking this way, I'm going to find myself not where I want to be. We're just going to see, guys. Yallah. It's not that far. It's not a big place. Like, if I have to go back 10 minutes, big deal. Big whoop. Anyway, I love that God. I can tell. This is why I'm so grateful to him, because I can tell he's like, he believes me, like when I'm saying this stuff. That's why I'm so grateful for him, because I'm like, when I'm saying, God, I just don't have it in me. Please, can you just like, I'm trying my best. I'm going to try to do the things that I know I have to do and prioritize the little energy I have, like for stuff like making videos and stuff, the things that I can manage, you know what I mean? And showing up for the kids, because it's not their fault that the world sucks. So the people and the things that I put the most energy into is my channel and my lessons with the kids, right? Because they didn't ask for this, they didn't ask for this life, they didn't ask for anything. And so they deserve the best that I can give them. And that's why I have nothing left to give everybody else afterwards. After I've made my videos and I've done my work, I'm like, I've not really got nothing else left to give. I've not really got nothing else left to give. Are those trees native to this? These trees don't grow in this country, do they? Did they like import them or what? This isn't giving... Anyway, and so there are things that I'm doing. Like, I could be looking after my health more, but these are all things that cost me energy, so that's why they're not being done. But I know that's just where I'm at. But then I also realized it also just is the world, as in like, the world just is a horrible place to be in, like, because the more closer you get to God and you get used to just how different he is, the more the rest of everything else just doesn't seem worth it at all. Oh, I know where we are. I know exactly where we are. So that school's up this road, isn't it? Perfect. So, would you believe that I found myself right where I want to be? Right exactly where I was hoping I would come out. Perfect. Oh, this is awesome. Haven't been up this side in forever. They're cutting everything down. So upsetting. Anyway. And by the way, I discovered today that a town bigger than the size of 100,000 is considered a small city. No wonder they're doing this. It's right what I said. They're turning this place into a city. That's why they're cutting down all the trees. They're building all these flats that none of the locals are going to be able to afford and stuff. Now we're switching out having youth spaces and community spaces and closing libraries and stuff and putting in fancy restaurants and TikTokable, Instagrammable locations. Like, they're trying to become a city, and I can see it. What would happen if I walked that way? Okay, let's just not get carried away. Although, shall we? Oh, why not? Like, stuff like this, like, listen, a couple of extra calories burnt is not going to be a bad thing, is it? No, it's not. In fact, I'm almost certain that at the end of this road, I'm not going to get to go the way I want to go, but we're going to go anyway. Yeah, so I just realized it is just the world. And like, the closer you get to God, like, the more you really will, like, it's so, you know, the Bible is so accurate. The only reason you question the accuracy of the Bible, it means that you haven't actually got a relationship with God. That's what I've come to. Because, you know, a lot of people are so like, well, if God is real, if this is this, like, they're looking for all this proof, all this scientific evidence, all this cross-referencing. And I'm like, you know what? When you get to know somebody, you just know them. You just know them, and you just know the kind of things that they do, like when you know them personally. So my personal experience with God, it tracks what the Bible says. It tracks. Like, the same things I'm seeing in there about him are the same things I'm experiencing from him. in my own life. And these are passages and scriptures written hundreds and thousands of years ago, some of these stories. And so even if, let's say, whatever, there's this been removed or that been added, the overall character of God is the same person that I speak with like constantly all the time, every day. And it's awesome. So then when I have to like return to earth, it's just annoying. Like when I have to then go and have conversations with people, like it's so annoying. Like it's so annoying and it's just unbearable, guys. I'm not over exaggerating when I say that it's unbearable. Because this kind of situation like I'm talking about, it's the only type of situation that only happens when you have God. Because in the world, whenever anything is unbearable, it'll like overtake you because you don't have God in a part of it, right? So the unbearableness of it will be really overtaking your every fiber of your being. But when you're with God, the unbearableness of it is overshadowed by just the love and power and light that comes from God. So even though it's there, there's just like a greater force at play that just overshadows it. So that's why, and I think this actually explains a lot about my life experiences, because I was thinking, even when I'm in my worst state and I'm going through the worst things, I tend to just come across like very nonchalant about it. Like if you ask me, like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain. I feel like my leg's gonna fall off. I'll say it exactly like that. Meanwhile, my pain will be like a 12 out of 10. But like, I don't know. I think it's just my temperament and also my experience with the Lord that's like, well, I'm going to get through this and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And honestly, screaming and making a big kerfuffle about it isn't actually going to make it better. In fact, it's going to cost me more energy. And right now my body needs energy. I need to prioritize the energy required to prevent this said leg from falling off rather than crying and panicking about my leg potentially falling off. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've never understood about people when they're in pain, that like people will make a big, huge performance and someone else like scream. I'm like, how are you actually got energy to do all that? Because when I'm in severe pain, I remember, guys, when I was going for a miscarriage, I literally couldn't even speak. Like I couldn't speak. Okay, I'm going to have to exit here. Otherwise, I'm going to really take myself down the wrong road. Yeah, we're going to have to go left here. I'm glad I came this way. I was in so much pain. I couldn't speak. Like, I literally couldn't speak. Like, even just hearing the sound of people's voices. This is one of the reasons why I love the Sidemen, because they were the only thing and I couldn't even watch them. Because I couldn't even sit up. I'd just be lying on my back and just hearing them in the background. I wouldn't even know what they were talking about. But it was just like the only thing I could bear, being in that much pain. So again, I do find it rather odd how much people are able to do when they're in so-called pain. Because I'm like, it's not giving you're really in pain. Yes. Oh, I found myself exactly where I wanted to be. Awesome. I went this route, you guys, because in the last video I just recorded, I was walking out and the traffic was just so loud and it was windy. So I was like, let me go see if I can go this way and I can avoid most of the main roads. And I did. Love it for me. Love that. Anyway, and so yesterday you could tell my mental health was in the bin because I left out on walks like 4 or 5 times. Like I just kept going out. And I just kept going out and crying. And like, you're like, what are you crying about? The fact that I have to be here. Like the fact that I have to be here. The fact that I have to like actually be here. Like actually have to actually be here. Oh my gosh, I could have walked all the way down there even further and come out down there. I'm tempted. I'm gonna have to go for it because now I gotta know. So I'm saying, guys, my curiosity is always getting the better of me. But you see, the thing is, the phrase is curiosity killed the cat, but here's the thing. Plot twist, Jesus defeated death. I gotta know now. No, because now I gotta know. I gotta know if I go straight down there, I reckon it'll take me right there. Which honestly, ideal. Also, the other reason I like going like these kind of routes is to avoid people. So this is fun. This is so much fun. Anyway, Yeah, nah, it's unbearable, guys. I'm finding it unbearable. It's really getting to me. Kind of, but it kind of isn't, it kind of isn't. Because, like, it is, but then, I don't know, I'm like managing. It reminds me of this scene, this like little mini story arc in Seven Deadly Sins, the anime, where two of the characters end up in hell. Because basically, one of the characters, his dad is the king of hell, or rather the king of purgatory, which is ironic. I just made a whole video about purgatory. But in this purgatory and hell, it's like the same thing in Seven Deadly Sins, which is quite an interesting take, I would say, and rather accurate in a weird kind of way, because purgatory is a demonic thing, like I was saying. Anyway, and he ends up in there because his dad keeps trying to, he wants to basically marry the woman who's the daughter of the, what is it, the supreme goddess, is supposed to be like the good and godly character, which, by the way, the good and godly characters are like the most demonic, and the so-called demonic characters are like the most like like this. I love how animes do this, where they'll always make like the people that are supposed to be good actually the actual villains, and the people that are supposed to be bad the actual good people, because that's actually reality and that's actually real life. So like even in this, the demon king, who's the king of hell or whatever, he takes half of his power, and because he doesn't want to keep it all to himself, and he splits it between these 10 different people who he calls the 10 Commandments. So funny. We're just copying God every single time. And but they turn out to be some of the most understandable characters, just like the 7 Deadly Sins do. Because again, the 7 Deadly Sins, why are they even called that? Well, that's because they didn't do what the Holy Knights and whatever did to be the perfect prim and proper choices of who's going to be trusted with such and such and such and such. I can't believe I've never walked down here. This is a lovely little bit here. There's horses. Like, look, there's horses. This is somebody's horses, guys. What the hell? The horse is looking at me like, lady, hi, horsey. Hi, horsies. I'm not climbing up there with all this mud in these shoes, bro. This is nice. I'm so glad I came down here. And there's a forest. We're not going into any forest, though, because I actually do have stuff to do. But I did have a bit of leeway. I had a half an hour bit of leeway. So... Oh, I love the nature. I love me some nature. Like, you see this, guys, this is really going to get me through the day. The fact that I've, like, spent extra time, I'm here just amongst the trees. Nobody's here because it's like, you know, hours where everybody's at work and school. So I can just be at peace. Oh, wow. There's like a whole little sign there showing you how to walk around this entire area. I've never come down here before. I'm so going to be back. Next time, I'm bringing a picnic. Next time I come up, I'm going to go up, go to the store, grab some bits, and I'm going to come and have like a picnic. Maybe I'll film a video. And explore this whole area, because, whoa! You can't really see much from here, right? But like, yeah, you can't see anything from here. But like, there's a sign over there, and like I can see there's like, it goes up the hill. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that I came around here. Of course. And this is where you see the rich people houses are as well. Anyway. So yeah, so the 7 Deadly Sins anyways get asked to help the Holy Knights and whatever, and each of them represents a sin, although they're all battling with it. Anyway, so Demon King's son, who happens to be the one with the sin of wrath, he's in hell, and he's there with one of the other 7 Deadly Sin, whose sin is greed. And as they're in hell, oh, I know exactly where we are. Well, isn't that lovely? If I go like that, so I could either go left here and go up the road there, or I could walk up here, go right, go under the underpass, go up through there. But then that's going to be more people that way. Let's go this way. So they end up anyways in hell. And at first they're like trying to escape, and they're trying to like get out of hell. And then eventually they just make space. They just get used to it. Like, they're just used to like killing all the different creatures in hell, because in this hell, it goes from like being unbearably hot to then like unbearably cold, and then like unbearably this to unbearably that, and whatever. Where the hell am I going right now? Because I don't want to go under the underpass. I want to go over this place. I can just walk like that. Let's see. We'll see. Oh, there's a little river. Not a river. Another river. I'm pretty sure they're all connected. Oh, I see. That isn't something I'm not doing there. But over there, maybe. Yeah, they kind of just get comfortable in hell, and they're kind of just like, well, I guess this is where we are. I guess this is where we're at. We're just going to have to like get used to it. And they start like killing the animals, like the demon animals, because the point is you're not supposed to be able to survive in hell. So you're supposed to basically get slowly destroyed, either by it being too hot or too cold, or these creatures that basically just spawn out from nowhere. Like they literally just come out from nowhere. They're just made from like just the environment of hell itself, and they attack you. And the long and short of it, eventually they find themselves like a little cave. They're killing these creatures for making themselves clothes or for like eating, and they're honestly just chilling in hell. Like they're just chilling there now. They're just chilling because they're like, we haven't yet figured out how we're getting out of here. We were trying to fight against everything. We were trying to escape. It's clearly not happening in the time frame in which I was hoping it was going to happen. So I'm just going to have to make peace with, I may be here for I don't know how long until I have to figure out how to get out. I said all of that to say, that is exactly how I feel. That is exactly how I feel. Like, I've just had to come to terms with the fact, you know, this is unbearable. This is unbearable. I'm trying my best to get out. I've tried my best to get out. Like, I've given up trying to get out even. I'm just like, God, you do whatever you want to do if you want to do it at this point. Like, and not because I don't believe he will do it, but because I know that it'll happen on his time frame. And that's not a bad thing because his plan is better. But as a human, I hate it. I hate it all and I hate it here. But I've had to just get to the point of like, you know what? This is where we're at. The decisions we made to go against a lot of stuff is what landed us here. Our own ignorance also landed us here. A whole bunch of things. Oh my gosh, it's too warm. Hold on. Guys, it is so warm. I'm sweating. And I'm in a t-shirt and short. I didn't even wear this jacket in all honesty because to try and remain incognito. But it doesn't work. I'll tell you that. Anyway, that's why you guys always catch me with a hood on when I'm out. So I'm like, hide away. Anyways. Yeah, I honestly feel like the same like that exact scene from 7 Deadly Sins. And by the way, I'm not equating God to the Demon King whatsoever because his son doesn't want to be there. His son is going against his dad because his dad is evil. You know what I mean? But just saying in terms of like having to just accept your circumstances and realize that I'm going to have to like actually just kind of just chill in where I'm at whilst I figure out how I'm going to get out, because they try and every time they nearly get out, the Demon King stops them. Anyways, you guys, you get the gist here. This is just my warning to you all, and sorry to bring you on my well, actually, I'm not sorry. What the heck? Why am I apologizing? I'm not sorry. I'm really not sorry. Can I tell you why? Because at least I'm being authentic. You know, somebody once said to me about how I would do better by making more eye contact, like with the camera while I'm talking. And there's a reason why I don't actually do that very often. Well, right now, it's because I need to look at where I'm going. But also, I kind of like to talk to you guys as if like how I would talk to my friend on the phone in a weird kind of way. Like, I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overthink the videos because I want to just be honest and authentic. And I don't want to like package what I'm saying, because whenever I do, it just, unless it's like something where it's like science and I need to like specifically have all the data to hand, or even some of the biblical ones where I'm quoting scriptures that I don't know off the top of my head, then in that case I do like to prepare those things and make sure I've got the facts correct for certain topics. But other than that, I want to try and just leave it to be as like real as possible. You know what I mean? Like, however I'm really experiencing or living through or doing certain things, because I want to be doing something different to what I see. And I feel like these days we're also worried about how we come across, doing things in a certain way, what's societally acceptable. And I'm like, you know what becomes societally acceptable? It's when one person starts doing something and then another and then another. And it's like what I say to you guys about the dance floor analogy I always use. When there's like a dance floor at a party or at a whatever, and nobody's on it. And it always takes just one person. At first, nobody wants to go up because no one wants to be the first. No one goes and dances on the dance floor by themselves, right? And it takes one person to get on the dance floor. And then somebody else will be like, you know what, because they did it, I don't mind. Everybody else is like, you can't get up, are you? There's only 2 people on the dance floor. But it's like, how does everybody get on the dance floor if we don't all get on the dance floor? And then now when everybody's on the dance floor, now the acceptable thing is to be on the dance floor. Before it wasn't, because there was nobody on there. But that's just something we all decided, and this is what I'm saying. In life, I'd rather be a leader than a follower. I know I've been talking about how much I don't want to be a leader. I think about that so much. Honestly, I'd rather there's risks than having to face the Lord on Judgment Day as a leader. Because at least I thought for myself. At least I made my own decisions. At least I didn't feel like I had to just go with what was happening because everybody else was doing it. Like, that's what happens. Like, whenever I hear people say that, like, oh, I just did this because everybody else was doing it. I'm like, you coward. You coward, especially if it's something bad. Especially if it's something bad. And you see this again, this is like a school thing, where like, people will rally behind somebody doing the wrong thing or doing something hurtful or doing something mean, and other people will laugh and joke. Like, they're not just as afraid of that happening to them. And it's like, well, why did you do it? Oh, because everybody else was doing it. But you wouldn't like that if somebody did that to you. Yeah, no, the follower life is not for me, unless that your name is Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah. Jesus the Messiah. There's your Jesus the Messiah. You know what? I've never really been somebody who cares about interior designing and like all of that kind of stuff, or like refurbishing. And that's because I've never lived anywhere long enough to build to like really want to make it my home or feel like it's my home for real. But recently I've been having ideas, like, and I'm actually like, what is going on here? You know, recently I've been having ideas. Anyway, yeah, so that's why, guys, I'm just like, look, we're going to do something new. We're just going to hope that people, yes, it's uncomfortable. I know we're so used to everybody doing 3,000 different thumbnails. Oh, the church is open. Wasn't that nice? Oh, actually, no, it's not the church. I think it's like, from what I can tell from here, it's all women and all kids that look very tiny. Probably a mom and toddlers group. This is about the time of day they have those groups going on. Low key, that's one of those jobs I should actually do. Because then I can get all the girls. I could say, all right, guys, so grab your little ones and let's do the counting song from 1 to 10. Like, you know, so one of them. I could easily bang that. And then just sit there smiling and just looking at it. Because these ladies, the ones who can afford to be doing this stuff at these times of day, they got the juiciest stories, you guys. They got their juiciest stories. Yeah, wait, believe what happened last night. Like that place I used to work. And I'll be hearing these stories. My goodness. Anyways, and again, talk about followers. When I used to work at that place, right, with the toddlers, and the mums who would come in, yeah, talk about followers. There's 2 things I noticed. So these are all mums, mostly of similar age, and they're all bringing in their kids 7 and below, yeah, in the middle of the day. All of them, what are they ordering? Oat milk flat white. That was the coffee they would all get. Can I please get an oat milk flat white? Oat milk flat white, yeah. Go out following. They're all getting it. And here's the kicker. We had a Christmas event where you could like we had like a Christmas party, so they could come and do like the usual thing of like dressing up, the kids dress up in their little mini, like it's like a mini town. And it's really cute, honestly. And the two ladies who made it, who started the business, they literally built the entire set with their husbands and stuff, and it was so good. It was so cute with the little outfits, and they were always upgrading stuff, always bringing in new stuff. And I thought they really dedicated to this. And also it was nice because they were mums of kids of those ages. They could literally just bring their kids to work, and I think that is motherhood in the 21st century to the largest degree. Like if I ever have my own, I've always said, if I ever own my own business and I have employees, there's going to be free childcare on site, 100%, or ways you can have your kids at work if you want to. You know what I mean? Because people have children, and then also I think about the men as well. They also should be able to, like, I know a lot of people like to go to work to get away from their kids, and I'm like, maybe you should just not have kids. I'm not talking about having a break. I'm talking about where, like, you know, this latchkey kid thing of like how parents had to get reminded. When I found out that you people were getting reminded at 10 p.m. on TV to go and check where your kids are, like, people really didn't want to have kids. They just wanted to like feel something for being able to call themselves something. And I actually saw this whole discussion happening on TikTok, where a lot of people talked, like a lot of adults were talking about how they felt like their life never had any meaning until they had kids. But it's like, that's sweet and beautiful and gorgeous. But if all that it is just you having meaning just by having a title that you're not actually going to live up to the role for, then please respectfully step aside. And it's ironic because even in this place where I'm talking about, where I used to work, that's literally what the kids were doing. They're playing a role. But obviously they don't know what they're doing. This is just a mini version. There's not real food in the little mini cafe. They're not putting out any real fires at the fire station. They're just dressing up like the part. And I feel like this is what a lot of parents do. Nevertheless, we had a Christmas party. We decorated the whole thing. We made food and extra food than usual. And Santa was there. So we had asked like all the parents who'd signed up to like on their booking to put like their kids' names so that they would get like a personal present from Santa with their name on it. Tell me why, guys. Of all the female children there, like 90% of them are called Isla. Isla. I-S-L-A. And I'm now at the point of my job in my career where the Islas are starting to pop up in school system now. Isla. We can't have an original thought and we're all just followers, because then people will judge somebody like Trisha Paytas, who I think is an iconic for this. She's named her kids Malibu Barbie, Elvis, and Aquaman. That's their official names. People are like, oh my gosh, how could you call your kid that? It's like, what, do we need another, like, why do we have to have basic names, you freaking follower? That's iconic. Are you kidding me? That's absolutely iconic. That's your name. And people be like, yeah, but what about when they're at school? Why are they in school in the first place? School doesn't seem to help anyone. And it seems to have been a somewhat negative experience for most people, or a lot of people. So why do we keep throwing people back into the same system? Like, I'm like, you hate your kids. You hate them. You hate them. Or that, or you just want to see them go through what you did, because it's like, if you suffered, then they have to suffer as well. That's another weird thing I've never understood about adults, like that weird behavior of like, well, if we went through this, you're going to have to go through this as well. Life isn't all roses and sunshine, mate. Welcome to the real world. This is what a lot of adults do, like with me, like, oh, enjoy your youth while you can. It's like, you know what, how about just let me enjoy it, right? Instead of telling me all the time how much things are going to go downhill. Because I'm saying, this place is unbearable. But so quick, like, you're enjoying yourself in your youth. People are like, oh, enjoy your youth once it's over. It's like, listen, just let me enjoy it then. I'll discover when I get there. You don't need to tell me about how horrible everything that's coming is. It doesn't help at all. Like, you just, like, do you know what I mean? Because you're now making me just be scared of the future, as opposed to helping me to enjoy the moment. And that's what I'm saying. This place is unbearable. It's unbearable. It's absolutely unbearable. Everything about it, everything I'm seeing, it's just annoying me. Like, even now I'm walking around, I'm seeing, you know, all these, oh wow, there's a professional photographer over there. I'm going to just walk up to the other side of the road. I don't know which way is he recording. I can't tell. Oh my gosh, he's recording a video. Hold on guys, I have to smoke. You guys, he's recording a video. He's a real estate agent and he's recording a video because he's got a whole tripod up. He's in a suit, right? And he's like gone and stood back and walking into the camera and he's like, hello, are you in the market for a house in such and such and such town? that's affordable. Well, right now we're right outside a 3-bedroom property on such and such road, right near the hospital. Let's go take a look inside. Oh my days, that's hilarious. We love that. I love that. I just love seeing people creating content. I can just say I love it. I love content creation. I love making videos. I love just seeing all the random things people do. Like, I'm like, just pick up your phone and film something. I don't care. Listen, I watch everything. The only things I don't watch are like the weird stuff, like people sleeping and weird stuff like that. But like, I watch pretty much anything. So yeah, that's so cool. Shout outs to him. Honestly, that was a good spot to record as well. You know. Anyways, you guys, you get the gist of what I'm saying. It sucks here. I hate it here. 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 Did I mention the fact that I hate it here? No, but like I know I'm laughing and giggling, but it's actually not funny at all. It's actually horrific, and I'm just saying, like, this is what to expect. Don't get me wrong, the pros far outweigh the cons, because God and like the peace and the joy of God is so much better. Like, that's why even now I'm going to get on with my day. Like, I can still make jokes. I'm complaining about my situation, but I'm still kind of laughing about it, because it's like, you know what, at the end of the day, let's say that my situation never gets different and I never leave hell. And by hell, I'm not talking about this town. I'm talking about the world itself and society. I'm talking about if I never make it to the promised land, right? Let's say if that happens, right? I'll get to spend eternity with God. And that is something that keeps me going, because I am so sure of that. And I'm sure of that because I'm close with him. So I don't need like somebody to tell me, and I don't need the validation of other folks playing a performance, playing a character, playing a role to convince me, because it's like, if I know what I have with God, it's like in relationships when people will talk about being jealous in a relationship, right? And it's like, well, if you trust somebody, you either trust somebody or you don't. You either feel like you know them or you don't. Other people might find other behaviors or whatever, but you're like, but I'm secure in myself and I'm secure in my relationship. Like, that's how I feel about me and God. It's like, I'm secure in this, so I don't really need to worry about like literally anything else. And that's why I opt to just make fun of my situation and just be as honest about it, because I don't need to protect God. I'm not having a crisis of faith. I'm not 2 steps away from questioning if I'm going to change everything I believe about him at all. That is like signed, sealed, delivered, like stronger than diamond, like solidified. So I can just talk about how I'm feeling, because I'm just a human at the end of the day, and I can share my authentic experience because I haven't got nothing to prove. I haven't got to convince myself. I don't care to convince others. I'm not questioning my faith. I'm not questioning God or his goodness or his character. But I am a human, and I'm having a human experience. And it just so happens that it also happens to match up with what happens to the people in the Bible, which makes me feel like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Anyways, you guys, if life is a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. Thank you for bearing with me. Sorry, my videos have been so long recently, but honestly, guys, I just have I'm literally sharing with you guys about a crumb of everything that is happening. But anyway, I'm going to skedaddle. I don't know why I'm acting so shifty, but yeah, I'm going to skedaddle because if lives are going, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.